Hi, my name is Beverly Hagen, and I'm here to talk to you about my crisis communication study that I did on Starbucks. On April 12, 2018, at a Philadelphia Starbucks, Rashawn Nelson and Dante Robinson were arrested. The two gentlemen were at the Starbucks waiting for a friend to show up for a meeting. One of the gentlemen asked the barista to use the bathroom, and the barista said that the bathroom was only for paying customers and that they needed to order something. The two gentlemen reiterated that they wanted to wait for their friend to show up before ordering anything. The barista then asked them to leave the establishment, and when they refused, the employee called the police and stated that the two men were trespassing. While this was happening, several people had out their phones and started uploading the incident as it was unfolding on YouTube, Twitter, all of those media outlets, Instagram, and so on and so forth. People started to draw their own conclusions as to what was happening. 6 officers showed up to arrest these two gentlemen. So you can imagine the life that this whole thing took on of its own. How the communication was handled. On April 14th, the first apology from Starbucks came through as a post on Twitter, which was a little disappointing to the two gentlemen and the community. Starbucks posted, "We apologize to the two individuals and our customers and are disappointed that it led to an arrest. We take these matters seriously, and clearly we have more work to do when it comes to how we handle incidents in our stores. We are reviewing our policies and will continue to engage with the community and the police department to try and ensure these types of situations never happen in any of our stores." While that was an apology, it definitely wasn't a good enough apology. It definitely wasn't a good enough apology for the two men who were arrested. They were held in custody for a little over 8 hours, and the community was in an outrage. The second apology came from CEO Kevin Johnson on the evening of April 14th, and his letter was directed at the customers and the partners of Starbucks. Executive Chairman Howard Schultz made an apology as well, stating, "I'm embarrassed, ashamed. I think what has occurred was reprehensible at every single level. I take it personally, as everyone in our company does, and we are committed to making it right." The results of the communication. The results were good. The men who were arrested, as well as the public, felt pretty good about how Starbucks handled things in the end. Starbucks took responsibility and accountability for the way the events unfolded. Starbucks took corrective action in holding an anti-bias training on May 29th, closing over 8,000 stores and training over 175,000 employees. The restoration strategies used by Starbucks were the correct ones. Mortification, the outpour of apology that came through, and the corrective action. Starbucks took a look at their policies and procedures and said they would make changes, as well as providing the anti-bias training to their employees. In the end, though this was an awful situation that occurred, Starbucks was able to learn where their company had room for growth and improvement. Unfortunately, extremely unfortunately, it was at the cost of these two gentlemen being arrested. Nelson and Robinson reached a settlement with the city of Philadelphia. The city will invest $200,000 in a program to help young entrepreneurs, because both Robinson and Nelson are young entrepreneurs. Starbucks reached a confidential financial settlement. It also said that Starbucks offered their College Achievement Plan, a partnership that Starbucks has with Arizona State University, for the two men to complete their undergraduate degree, full tuition covered. I've not been able to find any evidence supporting that the gentleman actually took this offer, so I'll definitely be looking deeper into that. I think what we can learn from this is that reactive actions are never going to be as appreciated as proactive actions. It appears that in this particular situation, there should have been proper training on when to contact the authorities. It seems that people just using the restroom or not ordering a drink right away, it should not be grounds for an arrest or for the authorities to be called. Unfortunately, in most cases, it takes a crisis happening before we realize that there's a need for change and training. I speak from personal experience on that one. Too much delay in response can lead to even more speculation. As I said, all of the crisis that was occurring in the Starbucks was being recorded by several people and uploaded, and so people were drawing their own conclusions as to what was happening. And with Starbucks not coming with an immediate response, people were pretty upset. Um, so it's important for companies to speak up quickly when a crisis occurs so that people understand that we're indeed aware of the situation and we're developing a plan of action. And always take responsibility and accountability for your actions. Don't downplay the situation and try to push the blame off somewhere else. Starbucks did a great job of holding themselves responsible and taking accountability for their actions. Thank you.